Have you heard of the Menendez brothers?
I've heard of them. I don't actually know who they are though.
Okay. So the Menendez brothers were the sort of like rich kids in Beverly Hills because their dad was quite a wealthy and known man, I think, in the television industry or music industry, one of the two.
Mm.
And they killed their parents. They shot them. Yeah.
Why?
So they shot them. And
Wait, why?
well, do you want me to tell you now, or do you want me to tell you the whole story and then tell you why?
Okay, yeah.
So they shot their parents, they killed them,
Yeah.
and they lied about it initially and were saying it was the mafia. The dad was involved with so many dodgy people, and then they just basically went on this big splurge, spending loads of money, and then eventually one of the brothers started going to therapy and basically told the therapist that he killed his parents, and it was all over the news at the time because they were known because of who their dad was. They were kind of, people were keeping on track with it anyway. So then the therapist eventually ended up snitching, and then they got arrested, and then they went through this whole big court case. And in the court case is where they basically said that the reason why they killed their parents is because self-defense, because they felt like if they didn't kill their parents, the parents were going to kill them first because the dad was sexually abusing them from young.
Is that confirmed to be true?
Well, this is the thing. So it's like you've got to watch the series and watch the documentary to sort of gauge your own opinion on it. And
What's your opinion?
it's very 50-50, and I'm on the fence still as well. Because it's kind of like there's been reports of the dad sexually abusing other people.
Right.
Which makes me think it could be true and must be true. Mm-hmm. But within the series, there's like... Now, we don't know, again, how much of this has been milked or changed or whatever, but where I think the lawyer was a good lawyer and knows the way to get people off cases, and a good way to get someone off a case for murdering someone is to blame it on sexual abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there was a clip where one of the brothers was like talking to somebody outside of the prison, like, yeah, I put on the best show of my life. I was crying. They all believed it, sort of thing. And it's kind of like, what's true and what is not, because you don't know what they're lying about, what they're telling the truth about. But basically, that's it in a nutshell. They went through the first trial, and it was kind of like a 50-50. Half the jury want them to go to prison, half the jury don't want them to go to prison. And then for that reason, they have to then do another trial. But when the next trial comes out, it's when the whole O.J. Simpson... He is O.J. Simpson, right? No, that's his name.
O.J. Simpson.
The guy who killed his wife and got off. Yeah.
He killed her.
Yeah.
He definitely killed her.
It was the time that he got let off at the time and things like that. So it kind of affected their second trial, where they had no choice but to just basically plead guilty. And then all they were deciding was whether they were going to get the death penalty or life without parole. They got given life without parole. Recently, since the series has come out and the documentaries come out, a lot of people have been petitioning all over TikTok and sort of like protesting to try and get them released. And I know that Kim Kardashian has gone into the prison to try and get them released as well, because she's basically saying, let me show you.
If Kim Kardashian is advocating to get them released, keep those boys in there.
Yeah, but that's where you hit, Michael, this is the thing, is that you have to watch the series and the documentary to gauge your own opinion. Because these guys are, they're not innocent because they did kill their parents, but if they really did go through what they're saying they went through, it's not fair.
If Kim Kardashian is advocating for you to get released, you probably did it. And you're lying. Do you want to know why?
No, here.
Kim Kardashian and the rest of those celebrities are in bed with P. Diddy. They are all one and the same. I believe Kanye West. I'm on Kanye West's side. I don't care who calls me a conspiracy theorist. He's been screaming to the rafters that he wants his daughter away from that woman. He's been saying things about that Kardashian family for ages. I'm on Kanye's side. Well, I don't agree with everything Kanye said. He said a lot of wild shit. But if Kim Kardashian or any of those people in those Hollywood elite circles are advocating for a group of people, I'm against those people. I am now of the opinion that all of these people that roll in that rap game, that the Hollywood game, these media outlets that are constantly pointing the finger at somebody, when they point the finger that way, I'm going to go that way. Have you noticed this entire time when Diddy's been getting like having all of these charges levied against him, have they covered it at all? Where is the news coverage on P. Diddy? Where is it? I don't believe any of them. So if a celebrity, not all of them, but I'd say 90% of them, says this person is a bad person, I'm going to go that way. So that's how I feel. Fuck the Kardashians. Sorry. Continue with your story.
Well, what I was going to say is, obviously, Kim Kardashian's dad was a lawyer. And so essentially, that's where, before she done her thing with Ray J, they were kind of known because of the dad. And she has, over the years, been doing law and studied the highest of the highest sort of law things. And she wants to get a lot of prisoners out because she believes in rehabilitation, if that's the correct word, and she believes in second chances. And sure. I do think the Menendez brothers at the time were at a big disadvantage of the way things were going in the world, that the courts pretty much had no choice but to lock them up, because imagine seeing two rich white kids murder their parents and get let loose. You'd be like, what are you doing? Like, what is going on here? But then it's like, if they were going through what they were going through, then they should have a second chance at life. They've done 40 years. But
sorry, I just don't believe it.
The thing is, right, my thought process is, if they were sexually abused by their dad growing up as children, mentally that's going to mess you up. If they did they did shoot their parents. Going through the thoughts of shooting and killing your parents and just murdering someone in general is going to mess you up. One was 18 and one was 21.
And they didn't report this to anyone. They just decided to kill them.
Yeah, but then there's more. That's why you got to watch the series. And then spending 40 years of your life in prison is going to pretty much mess you up. So it's like they've just been through so much traumatic stuff that you just don't know what their frame of mind's going to be like when they come out.
I don't trust these Hollywood types. Their dad probably did do stuff to them. Probably. But like I said, after everything that's been going on recently, if one of those people at the top of the rap game or the top of whatever game the Kardashians are in, they're in everything, are advocating for you, I'm going to look the other way. They're all fucking monsters. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what. If people want to call me a conspiracy theorist.
That's so funny you say that, because that's what the series is called, Monsters.
Yeah. Do you know what they do? They hide in plain sight. They've been telling us this entire time. The more and more that I sit and I watch their performances and I see how they interact with people and the things they say to people, I don't trust any of them. So again, let me just reiterate. If one of these big media companies, the news, these celebrities start endorsing somebody, if they start saying this is the bad person over there, I'm going to look that way. I don't trust any of them. All this shit they put on Netflix and Amazon trying to paint them in a positive light, Kim Kardashian being a humanitarian, get the fuck out of here. The wool can no longer be pulled over the public's eyes. I'm sorry. They're all fucking like weirdos. I'm not going to make any like claims against them just in case we get in trouble, but anything that you think is fucked up that I'm thinking right now, I probably am.
Let me show you some clips.
Do you watch these shows and you believe them? Do you watch these Kardashians? Do you think they're trying to do good things for people?
The Kardashians? Yeah. No, not per se. I mean, the Kim Kardashian stuff, it sounds bad for me to look at her doing something and think it's not because she actually wants to help people. I look at it more as she's trying to, build a legacy, or she always says it's iconic, or I think she just wants to be that person that goes down in history and is known for doing all this stuff. And because her dad did die and he was a lawyer, I don't know if she's sort of doing this to sort of be the next Kardashian in line doing such things. And I think it's all just about what everyone's going to think and say, more so as opposed to actually wanting to help these people.
I blame Kim Kardashian for the explosion of OnlyFans.
I don't.
After that Ray J sex tape, the whole game changed.
No, it didn't change until recently, Michael. The Ray J sex tape was years and years and years and years and years and years ago.
It was a little by little.
Yeah, but that was a sex tape with a celebrity that was like shocking. But going on OnlyFans is not the same. OnlyFans is just an easier, quicker way of girls doing porn where they don't feel like they're doing porn and are making quick, easy money.
Oh, you're doing porn.
I don't think it's Kim Kardashian's fault. I think it's social media's fault and the fault of people who are actually subscribing to this stuff and encouraging these girls to want to do it more.
No, these people are not smart. They know how to manipulate the minds of young people, especially young women. And ever since Kim Kardashian exploded on the scene, that Kardashian family has done irreparable damage to women in the West. It is directly linked to them. That is my belief. They have done a lot of damage, but I don't think for OnlyFans. OnlyFans is just one thing. There's plenty of other things.
I think they've done damage for image, like plastic surgery and things like that.
Oh yeah, that as well. They've made the ripple effect of the Kardashian family's popularity on young women and in turn young men, because if you affect one gender, you're going to affect the other one eventually, is immeasurable. So if a Kardashian is saying, I'm trying to do a good thing, go fuck yourself. That's how I feel about them.
Well, let me show you the video and see what you think.
Do you think they're going to get out?
I hope they're going to get out. They never got a fair second trial. It really opened up and showed me so much about abuse. Sentence that they've been in for almost 35 years. That's more than first-degree murder charge. Have life without the possibility of parole, without the possibility, to me, is so unjust and so unfair. And so I do believe that I'm someone that believes in second chances, and I really believe in them.
Yeah, sure. I don't believe her.
All right, can I show you then
full
a
of
clip?
Shit. They're all full of shit. And I hope that 50 Cent exposes all of them. I think they're all connected to this shit. That's my opinion. I think they're all fucking deviants.
Sorry. I want to show you a clip from the court footage and tell me, does this look genuine or not?
Are these the Menendez?
This is the real life Menendez.
How old are they? Like 60 now?
No, they're not that old because they were 18 and 21 when they went in, and they've been in there for 35 years.
Okay.
About 50s.
Yeah.
Maybe nearly approached it. I'm bad at maths, don't ask me. Right.
And was there some point in time when he decided to use something besides the toothbrush?
Yes.
And did he try to penetrate you with something else?
He did.
And what was it?
He...
Did you cry?
Yes.
Did you bleed?
Yes.
Were you scared?
Very.
Did you ask him not to?
Yes.
How did you ask him not to?
I just told him, I don't. I just told him that I didn't want to do this, and that it hurt me. And he said that he didn't mean to hurt me, and he loved me.
Was that important to you, that he loved you?
Yes, very. But I still didn't want to do it.
The thing is, is that there are people that get abused in Hollywood, as we know.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like they're all fucking weird. Like I don't know. Maybe he did get abused. Like I don't know them. Thing, but like, why is Kardashian? Why is this woman? I don't trust her.
Well, she's the only hope of getting them up. But if you think of all the dark stuff that goes on in Hollywood, the P. Diddy's, the Epsteins, the R. Kelly's, the whoever else. There was someone else last year, I can't remember.
There's been so
if
many.
you Vince McMahon's, do you see what I'm saying? If you think of all these
that
higher
one
up
stings.
people, yeah,
Oh,
and what they're doing, and you know, you want them to go down. You want them to fucking learn about what they've done is wrong. So these boys, it was happening to them by their own parent, which is believable because of how that industry is, right? And that does not look like someone who's a psychotic killer or murderer that just killed his parents and carrying on life as normal. That looks like someone that's genuinely been through it and couldn't take it any longer.
He could very well be telling the truth, but didn't you just say that there's a clip in the documentary? He goes, that was so believable. They're going to believe me.
Yeah.
These are actors.
So, no. That wasn't in the documentary. That was in the series. And then after watching the series, it was like they made the life situation into a series, Netflix series.
Oh, I see.
And then after watching the series, I watched the real life documentary, and they never mentioned that in the real life documentary. So again, you don't know what's been twisted for entertainment purposes and what's actually true. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I've been borderline 50-50, because the series really didn't actually do them any favors. And then you watch the documentary and you're just kind of torn with it all. But either way, I do somewhat believe them.
Look, obviously, listening to a man saying that his dad did that to him is not easy. I feel bad. Like, if it happened to them, then it's awful. Obviously, doing that to children is, you deserve a spot in hell for that. I don't know, man. Hollywood is such a twisted and corrupt place, and everything that has come out about Hollywood since this whole Diddy thing has exploded, it's really hard for me to take majority of them seriously. So much so that, like, I've watched Piers Morgan make comments about Netanyahu, about world leaders, about Islamic leaders, about all sorts of people. He's made comments that you might even want to say could be defamatory sometimes, but they're his opinions, right? He gets on a woman called Jaguar, I think her name was. Yeah, and they make comments about Jay-Z and Beyonce, and it is the first time in the whole history of Uncensored on YouTube that I've seen Piers Morgan issue an apology. If that doesn't make you look sideways, Netanyahu has not even gotten in contact with him to say, yo, stop talking shit about me. But Jay-Z and Beyonce did. I don't know, man. There are obviously people like Corey Feldman got abused. I believe Michael Jackson was the victim of Hollywood. Yeah. I believe there's a lot of people that they don't conform. And then, like, even I think it might have been DMX or Martin Lawrence, where they said that the devil was chasing them down the highway, that they went crazy. When you don't conform to how they want you to be, they suddenly turn on you and you're made out to be crazy. I mean, look at poor Justin Bieber, man. I feel so sorry for that guy. So I don't know. I don't know if these guys are telling the truth. Kim Kardashian being attached to it makes me raise my eyebrows, because I believe what Kanye is saying about her. I have no definitive proof, but the woman freaks me out personally. They all freak me out. And although Kanye has said a lot of controversial stuff, we all know what he's said about all types of people and the things he's tweeted, I don't think that guy went crazy overnight. Everybody that is attached to that goddamn family goes mad.
It's not even just that family, though. I think it's just being exposed to this deep, dark Hollywood that none of us will ever truly, really know how bad it is. Even with this P. Diddy stuff, we do not know the proper nitty-gritty of it.
But, Cat Williams did say that they were all going to get taken down eventually. And he wasn't wrong. He went on Club Shay Shay. It's the most watched podcast episode of all time, 78 million views.
Really?
And he said they're all going to go down, and he named Diddy in there. And a couple of months later, Diddy's going down. And I don't think Diddy is the top of the game. I would wager...
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say any names, but we all know who you know who I'm thinking about. And it's not a guy.
Oh, really?
It's not a guy.
Who is?
No, it's like Voldemort. Satan shall appear. Anyway, I don't trust any of them. If those boys actually got assaulted by their father, then obviously, like, I get if the devil's gonna help them get out, I guess she's probably doing it for her own public image. But I don't trust any of them.
If you see us doing an apology video, then you know what's up.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to get caught up in all that bullshit.
Absolutely not.